with the Port St. Lucie mayor. We are sans mayor today. He is under the weather, and it just happened. So we're pushing on with the show. However, difficult to do it without him. I am Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. It's our pleasure, our honor to co-host this event every single month right here at City Hall, and we do it on the second Friday at 8:30. It's free. It's open to the public. We'd love for you to come on down, and it's free and open to the public because of this company and this gal right here, Shrita Walker from Mid-Florida Credit Union. Give her a big welcome. Welcome, Shrita.
Thank you. Thank you.
Shrita is our sponsor this entire year, so we're really getting to know the Mid-Florida Credit Union family, and they have come into our community from Lakeland and really just invested and gotten community involved, and Shrita is one of our ambassadors. She's on our board, so we're just so happy to have you here in the community.
Thank you, Teresa.
You're such a pleasure, I must say. So we want to talk about Mid-Florida because that's why you're here and that's why you do this, and you brought information, it looks like. So what do you got going on?
Well, yeah, just some little tidbits I wanted to put out there because we do sponsor every month. You probably already know all about our history.
And I try to recap it in the intro. You came from Lakeland.
Yes.
You started as a teacher's credit. Yeah.
So some big news that we have going on now. We're planning the largest expansion in our history. We are merging with a couple of banks.
Wow.
Yes. So Community Bank and Trust of Florida.
Okay.
So that's going to put us in Ocala, the Villages, and Gainesville.
Ooh.
And we're also taking over the assets of First American Bank.
Okay.
And that's going to put us in Cape Coral and Naples.
Wow.
Yes, so that's really, really big for us.
From a small bank.
Shoebox Credit Union.
Yes.
To
really.
Yes, so we'll be $4 billion in assets,
Wow.
$3 billion in loans, 1,100 employees, and around 63 branches.
And how long have you been with Mid-Florida?
I have been with Mid-Florida 5 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, good. And they have been in our area for how long?
Well, we took over the Vero office. It was Indian River Federal Credit Union back in 2012. And we opened up the branch on US 1, which the mayor tells us is unincorporated. Yes, but anyway, the address is Port St. Lucie.
It is.
We did that 5 years ago. So we've been in St. Lucie County for 5 years.
But you now have 2 branches in the city incorporated.
Yes.
Yes, in St. Lucie West.
And Gatlin.
Yes,
absolutely.
Now, tell me a little bit about the stuff that you're involved in here, because I know how community involved Mid-Florida Credit Union is.
Okay.
You guys get behind so many nonprofits, and we're going to talk about some nonprofits today. We have a couple nonprofit guests. Can you name just a few things that you guys are involved in?
Yes, we do the Teacher of the Year as well as the School-Related Employee of the Year. So we partner with the Education Foundation. I am also on their board.
Wow.
Yes. We also do the Caribbean American Cultural Group.
Yep.
We are sponsoring their Jerk Festival.
Yes, that's a great event.
Yes. A lot of fun. We do the Gift of Reading, where we go into the kindergarten classes and we read to them. We give them a book and a bookmark. So, yes.
And are you...
Boys and Girls Club, we did the Steak and Shake last year, Steak and Steak.
Steak, I know.
Do that.
I know.
I'm
it's
so
hard.
sorry.
If you're gonna name your event after like the most famous fast food chain, it's gonna be hard. Yes, Steak and Steak. I do it too. And then for us, you present our Business and Industry Awards coming up in September, and that's a huge event for businesses. We have over 400 businesses come out, and we give out about 15, 16 different awards for businesses in our community. It's community based, so it's about their involvement and the way that they give back.
Yes, that's a very nice event. We really love doing that.
And
Treasure Coast Business Summit.
Yes, you were involved in Treasure Coast. You were. So yeah, just so much stuff. So we're very appreciative of everything you do. We love it when we get a bank that comes and really throws their money behind the community that they're serving. And as we keep bigger and bigger and bigger
Yes.
banks. It's so hard to get through.
Yes,
And so
yes.
we're grateful for enterprises like Mid-Florida. So
Well, thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to tell you about a few promotions that we have going
Yep,
on.
please do.
And then I'll tell people how they can reach me.
Okay, perfect. Yes. She wants you to call her branch.
Because if you Google my branch, you will not get my phone number. You will get the toll-free number.
Oh.
So, yes, my card is platinum with that branch number on it.
Okay. Now tell us about the promotions.
So we have a $500 promotion going on where you can get $200 if you open up a free checking account, $200 also if you refinance a vehicle, and another $100 if you get a credit card and use it within the first 90 days for a certain amount.
Okay.
We're giving away a Mustang also, so if you're a member of ours and you use your debit card, you could be entered to win that Mustang we're giving away in October.
October, you're giving away a Mustang.
Yes.
What kind of Mustang?
It is.
I need to know more. Like, is it a fastback?
It's blue.
Is it a convertible?
It's not convertible.
What year?
It is a manual.
Oh.
Jeff. So 2017, it is a V6. That's what I know.
Oh, you're speaking my language. I love it.
Yes. So I'm out of the St. Lucie West office, 361-6617. And we are open 6 days a week. Our drive-thru is open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Monday through Friday, for members. So that's a real treat for
Okay.
them.
Let's end with your phone number one more time.
772-361-6617.
All right. Thank you to Mid-Florida, and we'll be right back, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you. Welcome back to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Mayor, Sans Mayor. But we are visiting with some nonprofits. We're going to take this opportunity to educate the community on a few nonprofits. And first with me is Melissa Winstead with Habitat for Humanity.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for being with us. I recruited some people. We have something called Leadership St. Lucie, which is a class. Very good. I know many of you are graduates. And we were in that class yesterday. It's all day long, 7:30 to 5. We get on a bus. We learn everything there is to know about St. Lucie County. And when I found out the mayor was sick, I said, who here is from a nonprofit and wants to come on the show? Me. So they're all very, they've been well versed in what's going to happen today, right?
That's right. Absolutely. She's good that way.
Yeah, just show up. We'll figure it out. So anyway, we want to talk about Habitat for Humanity. You guys have been doing so much lately. Constantly, there is a house ribbon cutting and meet the families. I can't even keep up.
Well, thanks to the city of Port St. Lucie, who gave us 7 vacant lots last year, we've been able to build affordable homes in Port St. Lucie, so it's
Very
been amazing.
nice. Yes.
Yes. We also have a roof project that we've been working on through funding from Red Cross. And by the time that funding is exhausted, we will have replaced 50 roofs in St. Lucie County. Hurricane Irma damaged roofs. So we're really excited that we've got these households. Most of these folks are on fixed incomes and considered low incomes. So we're able to stabilize their homes and prepare them for high winds and rain that might come through. Let's knock on wood that it doesn't.
Yes. And Habitat for Humanity is a larger national organization, and locally you guys have been doing more and more. But how do the people, you work with local residents to get them into homes, and how does that work? How do they qualify?
Well, you have to have, there's 3 criteria for qualifying. You have to be in need, and that means you are in overcrowded housing, housing that is unsafe or unsanitary, or your rent is really high. And we know most of us have that issue.
If you're renting, it's too high,
Yeah,
believe me.
Yeah. So basically, a Habitat home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, we can put a family in that at about a $700 a month mortgage. And we're not giveaways. Our Habitat homeowners pay a mortgage and they pay property taxes just like everyone. So it's an affordable program. It's a handout, not a
Hand. No, it's a hand
did that
up.
backwards?
You did
It's
it backwards.
a hand up.
It's a hand up, not a handout. There
Not
you
a
go.
handout. Thank
yes,
you.
Very good.
Thank
but
you.
we all knew, right? We could have all finished that sentence for. And so and how do they come and start the process? Because that's always a very interesting thing too. People hear about it, but how do you become one of
Absolutely.
those?
So to become a Habitat homeowner, you have to apply, and you can't apply unless we have the funding and we have the vacant lot. So we put that out in the community. We'll get 40, 60 applications. We'll vet them all. We have a family services department that goes out and interviews families. So we want to see that there's that need, and we want to provide housing to the greatest need. Is really how that works. So we do a credit check. Someone has to have the finances. They have to be able to afford an affordable mortgage. So all of that is taken into consideration when we choose a family.
It's a very thorough vetting process.
Absolutely. We want a successful situation. We want someone that's going to stay in their home and, add to the community and just be a good situation all around.
Yeah, be a good community partner.
Absolutely.
And I know lots of people can volunteer, so before we go, tell them how they can volunteer.
Oh, we keep a volunteer calendar at our website, so you can just go to stluciehabitat.org, check out our calendar, and volunteer. Whatever you want to do, and no skills required. We have a job site supervisor that will teach you anything you need.
And so you can come out and help build a house. You can do
Absolutely.
it with your church group, your Rotary Club, your best girlfriends, your book/wine club.
Absolutely. We have a great team building program for businesses. So you want to get your team out there and do some job site work, hammer, get up on the roof. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so it's team building. So is the supervisor also a licensed clinical psychologist?
Absolutely
Because, because I feel like that's about what you'd need on a build. Well, thank you. And thank you for participating in leadership. I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm having a blast. If you've not done it, try to do it next year.
Good. Oh, yeah, best class ever. Yeah, I'll take that. And now I thank you, Melissa, for coming on. In an effort to keep moving, we're just going to keep rolling. We're not going to take so many breaks. But if anybody has a question, I'm going to ask Malcolm, my next guest, to come on up. And if you do have a question, and remember, I am not a city employee and I'm not a member of council. We do have a member of council with us in the back today, Councilwoman Stephanie Morgan. And so hopefully she can help you with some city-specific questions. But I do a lot of committees and boards in the county, and I'd be more than happy to help. Welcome, Malcolm.
Hi,
It's so
Teresa.
good to see
Pleasure meeting you too.
Here, I'm going to give this to you. Now, Malcolm, if you don't know, he's part of the Special Olympics program, and he works at Publix.
I actually work at St. Lucie Medical Center.
You work at St. Lucie Medical Center. I thought it was Publix.
No.
So hold the mic up and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, Teresa, if you guys don't know who I am, I'm Malcolm Harris Gowdy. I am 30 years old. I work at St. Lucie Medical Center. I do housekeeping. I've been doing it now for 6 years.
Good.
And I work 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So after I get done with here, I'm going to be going straight to work from here. And then I'm actually going to be going on a tour for 2 weeks. Estella Pyfrom is the founder of Estella's Brilliant Bus. So she does this innovations tour every year. So for 12 days, so I'll be going with 135 people. It's 100 kids that she selects every year. So she helps them learn technology in a positive way, because a lot of times kids in low-income communities don't have access to the internet.
Right, of course. So tell us a little bit about this bus. It's Estella's Brilliant Bus, you said?
Yes, it is. And the founder is Estella Pyfrom. She was CNN hero in 2012. She was featured on CBS 12 News. She was featured on Channel 25 News. She was interviewed by Oprah Winfrey. She was a teacher for 28 years. She taught adult education in Palm Beach County, and she is raised in Quincy, Florida. So if you guys are really interested in knowing what she does, I would encourage you to check her Facebook page. She has a website. It's estellasbrilliantbus.org.
Okay.
And you can learn more about what she does with the kids. I mean, she's unbelievable.
And what purpose will you be serving? Will you be helping the kids?
Yes, I'll be helping the kids, sharing my story as well. I actually emailed Estella Pyfrom my bio, and actually how I met her, so it was at an event in Fort Pierce.
Oh,
I met her. She loved everything that I'm all about. all the things I do in the community and things like that.
Yes, you do a lot. I see you everywhere. Yeah, everybody knows Malcolm, right? Tell us a little bit about your story, Malcolm.
So a little bit of my story, Teresa, goes like this. I was diagnosed with autism and cerebral palsy when I was 3.5. I didn't start talking until I was like 4.
Oh, wow.
I was a premature baby. I almost died as a premature baby. I swallowed quarters whole. And if the doctors never had gotten those quarters out of my lungs, I would have died. So I've overcome a lot of difficult challenges. I used to wear a foot brace when I was younger, and when I was 14, I told doctors I didn't want to wear it anymore.
Yeah.
So, but I'm an amazing young man. I'm incredible. I've overcome.
Yes,
I'm just,
he is.
by the grace of God, I'm just loving what I do. I love being involved in Special Olympics, which is why I'm glad that you asked me to come and talk about it, because a lot of times people get misinformed. They think Special Olympics is just like the regular Olympics, but I'm here to tell everyone that it's not like that. It's year-round. We have sports training, we do competition, we always look for volunteers. So there are ways you guys could help out. We have the Designer Bat Bingo coming up in October at the Ravenswood by the pool.
Okay.
So we have that. So it's $30 at the door, $30 in advance, $35 at the door. So we'll be doing that. And then our biggest event that we have coming up is August 31st, the St. Lucie Mets game.
Yep.
It's going to be Special Olympics night, and it's the Gold for Gold night. So it's going to be presented by Colorado Pawn and Jewelry. So I encourage all you guys to come out and come see the St. Lucie Mets take on the Bradenton Marauders. The game's at 6:30. I'll be announcing the game on the radio with Adam McDonald. And not only that, I'm also going to be announcing the ads with Evan 9. And I'm also going to be playing the game as well, too.
My goodness, Malcolm, how do you find time to do all that? How do you play the game, announce the game, and do make it?
I have this. Well, it's funny you say that, Teresa, because I have this photographic memory when it comes to stats. I'm not kidding.
Well, I can tell, because just now I'm just like, I couldn't remember all that without Luana if I had to.
So I have a gift. So I can recall sports stats. I'm not kidding. Like, if you ask me any statistic, I can tell you that statistic. I'm not like kidding. Like, I know sports from the back of my head. It's incredible. Everyone always asks me, like, how does he know all these statistics? I'm like,
just photograph it.
I just do.
You love sports.
I love sports, and I want to be a sportscaster.
Oh, good for you. I think you'd be a great sportscaster, for sure. That's how Malcolm, I ran into him at the game on July 4th, and he's like, I love the show. I watch every single show. I was like, well, come on down to the show. And so he did, and that's how we have Malcolm here today, which I'm so happy to have.
And not only that, too, but, I mean, Special Olympics, you guys can follow on Facebook. We have a Special Olympics St. Lucie Facebook page. You can follow that.
Very good. Very impressive, Malcolm. So impressive. So busy. But thank you for coming down today and sharing your story with us. I really appreciate it. And it's so
and if you guys have any questions for me about Special Olympics, feel free to ask me anything about Special Olympics. If you want to,
yes.
if you want to get signed up, if you just want to know more about it, you can ask me anything about it.
How to get involved.
And how to get involved. So, and I'm also, you guys can find me on Facebook. I'm on social media. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. So I'm on the social media sites.
Pretty much everywhere. I don't know where you're not, Malcolm.
You guys can also see my videos on YouTube. I actually did an interview with Sarah Prohaska, speaking about Special Olympics last year.
All right.
So I am so thankful that you asked me to come today, Teresa, and I'm very honored.
Thank you. A big hand for Malcolm, everybody. Thank you, Malcolm. Wow. So inspiring. I feel bad for whoever has to follow Malcolm now. Jenna's like, not it. Kenrick, I think it's going to have to be you. So, like I said, we're just featuring some nonprofits today and really just hearing some great stories. So, Kenrick, come on down. I'm going to hand you the mic. And this is I know. Kenrick Thomas is the Director of Marketing and Communications for United Way. So welcome, Kenrick. Thank you for coming down.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm sorry you have to follow Malcolm. It's a tough act, isn't it?
Yeah, me and Malcolm go way back.
Is there anybody here that is not directly related to Malcolm?
Really, I've known Malcolm since we were in the 3rd grade and on Long Island. And we were in the same class together from 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. And let me tell you, he was the smartest kid in the class. I don't even think he got one answer wrong from every assignment from 3rd to 5th. He was brilliant, yes.
That is so weird that you both ended up down here too. Are you related?
know.
Like, how did that happen?
We're just friends, really.
Yeah.
People from up north move down south because it's just more.
You don't say. They do. And we tend to get them from that area of the country, Long Island area.
Right.
So you both ended up down here, but you went to school together. That's crazy.
Yes, that's right.
So yes, you can attest to his photographic memory.
Absolutely.
Well, that's so neat that you're here today too together.
Thank
you. You are here to talk about United Way.
That is right. United Way of St. Lucie County.
And you guys just kicked off this year's kind of fundraising drive, and
yes, we just wrapped up our fundraising drive. And before I go into it, I just want to give a huge thank you to the city of Port St. Lucie because they're one of our top 10 workplace campaigns.
Oh, very
yes,
good.
it increased 100% since last year. So can we give them a round of applause, by the way? Yes.
And explain that campaign. Explain how that campaign works.
Yes. So we have a lot of workplace campaigns throughout St. Lucie County. And what we do is we speak to the employees. It's nothing too crazy. It's nothing too, harsh or anything like that. A lot of the times when we approach companies that want to do a workplace campaign, they think it's this whole big process. But really what we do is we speak to them about the United Way of St. Lucie County, why it's important and what we do for the community. And it's up to the employees whether they want to distribute a certain part of their paycheck to the St. Lucie County United Way. And if they do so, it's great. If not, it's fine. And I believe the city of Port St. Lucie, they've been doing a workplace campaign for at least about over 5 years now. And it's been really helpful. And because of that, and also a lot of our other workplace campaigns, we've been able to raise this year over $1.5 million.
Oh, very good.
Yes.
And what was your goal? What is your goal next year?
Our goal, of course, we want to go higher.
Oh, you always do.
We don't have a goal yet, or
Okay.
so, but I promise once we
Campaign.
find out, you'll be the first to.
All right, the campaign managers will know.
Yes.
Now, I want to talk about this. This is very important. Everybody thinks United Way is this big national organization, and you get money from all these, foreign places and national levels. How does it really work?
How's it work really is, most of our money comes from St. Lucie County, and every dollar we get from people in St. Lucie County stays in St. Lucie County.
Right.
So it doesn't go to Martin County, it doesn't go to Indian River County. So that's a really big thing because a lot of people, when they look at the programs and agencies that we fund, a lot of the times they do work in Martin County, they do work in St. Lucie County and also Indian River County. But if that's the case, a lot of times the programs we fund, those programs are in St. Lucie County. So that's a really big thing as well.
Yeah, because you're charged with raising money for your community. There's not
Yes.
some, overseeing being that gives you money to handle the issues within your community.
Yes, that's correct.
And what kind of programs do you fund?
Well, there's a lot of programs that we fund. Boys and Girls Club of St. Lucie County, Big Brothers Big Sisters. We also have a VITA program. That's the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, where if people in St. Lucie County make less than $55,000 annually, they're able to get their taxes prepared for free. We also have a Tools for Schools program, which is really big. We just started it, a store in St. Lucie County where teachers from select schools in St. Lucie County are able to go to the school and actually shop for free. And they can get backpacks, school supplies. They're going to be able to give those to their students who are in need.
I'm not familiar with this store, so tell me a little bit, like how do you get access to it? Where is it located?
Well, you may have been familiar with the older program. It was called the backpack program.
Yes.
Yes, where we would stuff the backpacks and bring those to the school. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to have more interaction with a lot of the teachers in the school district. So we decided to have a school which started in September of this year. So it's been a little less than a year that we've had it.
Okay.
And select teachers from St. Lucie County schools. We don't do every school in St. Lucie County, but that's the overall goal. Eventually, that's what we want to do. But right now, we only have about 20 schools. They're about Title I schools. And then teachers are able to shop twice in the fall and twice in the spring.
And they're able to pass those on to their kids.
Yes, absolutely. That's the goal, yes.
Yeah, to get them to come in and find the items that their children need.
Yes.
Students need. Well, thank you for being with us.
Thank you so much for
We're
having
going to
me.
give them the website and how they can donate.
Yes, so the UnitedWaySLC.org is how you can reach us as well. We're going to be launching our new website later on this month, which I'm so excited about. So it's going to be really great. And then once you go on our website, there's going to be a link that says donate now, and you're going to be able to contribute however you want to contribute.
Thank you for
Thank
that.
you so much. I appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Kenrick, for
Yes.
coming on today.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. All right. Well, we're going to move on unless anybody has any questions. Questions are very rare when it's just me. The mayor's here. Everybody's, But we're going to move on. I'm going to welcome Jenna Taylor. Jenna Taylor is with Big Brothers Big Sisters, and she's also in leadership and got drafted yesterday to come and be on the show. Welcome, Jenna.
Thank you for having me.
We've seen you on the show before. You were actually a Children's Services Community Impact Award winner at one time. I think it was probably a year ago.
Yeah.
Yes. So Big Brothers Big Sisters, another national organization. But what do you guys do?
So here locally, we have three main programs. We have our community-based program, which is the one people are most familiar with. You pick your little up, go to the movies, the park, the beach. Then we have our site-based mentoring program.
I love that one.
That one's just 1 hour a week. That's where we partner with a lot of local businesses, including the city of Port St. Lucie,
Yes.
for release time for volunteer mentors. So it's 1 hour, once a week, you and one child building a relationship. And then we have the program that I'm the most passionate about because I run it.
Yeah, okay.
And that's
As you should be then.
that's our BBBS Reads or our AmeriCorps program. And so those are individuals who have actually pledged a year of their lives to service. So they do about 25 hours a week, and they earn a stipend thanks to Children's Services Council, United Way, and our National AmeriCorps partnership. And they serve about 10 to 12 students each.
And what do they do with these students?
So they're delivering literacy interventions 3 times a week. So we work with our pre-K students all the way up through 3rd grade that are referred because they're at risk of not being ready to read either by kindergarten or they're not a successful reader in school.
Okay, so they spend 25 hours, they do get paid, and they're reading mentors. They're working with kids to read. What a great job, I'm thinking, for people that are enrolled at IRSC for
Yes.
teaching certificates and, something you can do
Yes.
part-time.
Yeah, so a lot of AmeriCorps programs traditionally reach that 18 to 25 kind of beginning of their career. And we have a handful of those, and we have some that are now working in the schools, which is fun for us. But the majority of our members are actually probably 55 and over. So a lot of retired educators or just folks who are looking to give back because they're earning a scholarship and they can share that scholarship with a child or a grandchild.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty fun for some of our more seasoned members.
I love that. So they're earning a scholarship for their grandchildren. They don't have to take care. Oh, wow, that's neat. I just think wheels are turning. A lot of grandchildren. Very good. And how do they get involved? How do they contact you? Do they contact you if they want to do this program, or do they just call Big Brothers Big Sisters?
You can just
and
call.
kind of figure it out.
Yeah, call Big Brothers Big Sisters, 772-466-8535, or our website, bbbsbigs.org, has information about all the programs. We can sit down and figure out which is the best fit.
And I don't want to gloss over the fact that you can spend 1 hour a week in a school with a kid, making a
Change
huge
their lives.
difference
Yes.
in their lives.
Yep, that's my little one. I started almost 8 years ago, 1 hour a week, and she is starting high school this year.
Oh, wow.
It's just been amazing. So.
Well, thank you for
Yes,
all your
thanks
work.
for
It's
having
always
me.
nice to see you, even though I saw you just yesterday.
Well,
but
you
it's
know.
I know. So a big thank you to Jenna Taylor for being with us today, too. Thank you, Jenna. Okay, we're going to move on. I'm going to ask my old friend Sean Boyle to come up because we have a program coming up with the schools, St. Lucie Public Schools, August 23rd. And again, thank you to Councilwoman Morgan for being with us today. And I see Angel Robertson from Brian Mast's office. Come on up, Sean. And this side, though. You know the rules. This isn't your first time. You've done it. But please welcome Sean Boyle, the Executive Director from the Children's Services Council of St. Lucie County.
Do I take issue with one? You gave them all a day's warning. You gave me a half-hour warning to come up here. And then you just called me old.
Yeah. A half an hour was generous. Old was accurate. No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't say that because we're the same age this year, aren't we?
That's right.
I know it. So I take it all back.
Well, we don't want to say what that is, though, right?
It's like 40.
No, we don't want to say what that is.
I couldn't even narrow it down in my lie. Welcome back, Sean,
Do I
to
get
the
to
show.
tell my Malcolm story?
You have a Malcolm story?
I've known
Everybody has a
I've known
Malcolm story.
since 2014.
Oh my goodness! And how did you from the Special Olympics?
We presented over at the community center, and I think he was with the staff at St. Lucie Medical, and then ever since then, every so often he communicates with our office and talks about what's going on, and he's just a great person.
He really is. He is a local celebrity, though. Literally,
totally
everybody has a Malcolm story, and I love that. It's so funny that Kenrick grew up with him in Long Island, though, isn't it?
They're catching up right now.
I see that. They're sharing yearbook photos over there in the corner. I love it. Well, I asked you to come back on. We heard a lot about Children's Services Council today because we brought on nonprofits. A lot of them deal with children, so a lot of them were funded by you, for sure.
Yes.
Again, let's just do a recap. We have our own show, actually, now called All In, and hopefully it is airing on
That's why they don't see us together on
this
particular
show, because we have our own show, and it does, all our shows air on Comcast 20 and UVerse 99. Don't read it with me, because then it's obvious I'm reading it.
That's good to know, though.
Yeah, it is good to know. Comcast 20 and UVerse 99, but I always direct people to the YouTube channel. For Port St. Lucie and for the county, we're on all those together. But the Children's Services does what?
You want me to do the 5 things, or do you want to do the 5 things?
You can do the 5
All right,
things.
so-
I'm only on tea today. I haven't had enough coffee.
At the Children's Services Council, we currently fund 49 programs that last year reached over 40,000 children in our community, but we kind of have 5 priorities. And those 5 priorities are: 1, make sure every baby's a healthy baby. So, for example, every newborn gets a registered nurse comes to their home to check on the health of the mother and the baby within 1 week of returning home from the hospital. That's just 1. Second priority is stopping child abuse before it happens. 3rd is keeping kids off the streets. 4 is keeping them in school. And 5 is keeping them off drugs, alcohol, and other risky behaviors.
There you go. And
I only say that about 20 times a day.
at least. I feel like I say it at least once a day,
I know.
probably. But
But
that,
I want all of them to say it at least once a day.
there you go. We should do that. That should be a trivia on our next show that we do for All In.
I think it's too easy, though.
No, because it's taken me 5
James
years.
knows those 5 priorities. I think we should have James come up here and recite them.
Yes. Well, I want to talk about a program that we're doing together. We do so much together. It's not even funny. I talked about the show, Young Floridian Scholarship Program, which comes very quickly once school starts back up.
Our summer passports, which has been a huge success.
That has been the best thing ever, and I was so excited about that. And then we're getting feedback on it. But
Do you want to explain to them what that
I
is?
will. It's called the Summer Passport Program. We worked with the Children's Services Council at our Seven Gables house in Fort Pierce, the city of Fort Pierce, right downtown on the water. We book excursions for member businesses for kayaking, sailing, all that kind of great stuff. And we worked with the Children's Services. They were kind enough to give us a grant to schedule excursions and fun things for kids to do in summer camp this year. And we're talking the ones that you support, so Big Brothers, or Boys and Girls Club.
Multicultural Resource Center,
Multicultural-
all of our summer and after-school programs.
Yes, that you support. And it's been great because a lot of them have never seen the water, even though they live here in St. Lucie County. Certainly they haven't been on a sailboat before.
So I got a call. The executive director of the Multicultural Resource Center, Marcus Dixon, called us on the way home from a kayaking, saying that adventure for his kids changed their lives.
It's amazing, and that's what I love about it too, because I know that many of those kids have no access to kayaks, and they were not going to be able to ride on a kayak or learn or be, so that is amazing. Some of them hadn't even been to the beach before.
And it also supports local businesses.
It does, and that's why we partnered with you. We get to keep some of our vendors that are very quiet typically in the summer because we are seasonal here. We're keeping them busy, and they've been very grateful, so we're happy about that. We've even done like painting with a twist,
And it was so
Swig of
successful,
color.
in our upcoming budget, we doubled that. So we're going to do
doubled it. Oh,
Yes.
fair.
I haven't
That's
told
the
you
first
that.
I heard of that. I was like, okay, we doubled it.
Yes.
I'm excited because we weren't even able to honor all the requests that we got. And we tried to split it up, and it was so difficult. And so I'm excited about that.
But we are partnering together.
again in August 23rd, and this is for St. Lucie Public Schools. We started this with Larry Lee, Representative Larry Lee, a couple years ago. But when we made such great strides in our school district, we're number 5 in our graduation rates in the state. We were at one point, I think, 43 out of 67 counties, and now we're, in the top 10%, I believe. And
The school grades just came out. I don't know if you saw that. Did you read that?
No, not today.
So St. Lucie County is a B district, but
Right.
they're 1 percentage point away from an A.
Yes.
That's huge.
It is huge. And I like for people to realize why we work together so much, even though you concentrate on children and I concentrate on business. One, it's all the same thing. The business of children is huge in St. Lucie County. The grant monies that we pull in through what you provide, the jobs that we have, there's over 400 jobs tied to just Children's Services Council alone.
Right. And our funding draws in an additional $7 million for our community.
Exactly. And for us, the public schools, why is that such a great celebration for the chamber? Because that speaks to your economic development capabilities. You have to have strong schools to draw in these big companies that we want to relocate here to have bigger jobs. So it all goes together. Schools is one of the most important things these big companies are looking for to make sure that their employees will be able to have their children in a good school district.
And we have an ascending school district that will soon be an A district, I'm sure.
Yes.
And that's going to attract even more business. And I will say, one of the reasons why we like to partner so closely with the chamber is because the kids and the parents that we serve are employees and business owners in the community.
And that reminds me, we're going to do another program together at the Education Symposium where we have a speaker come in and it talks about early education. And we partner with PNC Bank.
Oh, yeah, we did that last year. We're doing that again?
Yeah, did you
Good to
not
know.
We have to do a show together every now and then so we realize what we're doing together.
Do we have the date so I can
We
get on my
do
calendar?
have a date.
For real?
Yes.
How do I not know this?
I don't know. But yes, we
Are you
have
sure
a
I'm
date.
part of it?
Yes.
Okay.
But anyway, so we do, and it's all about early education. And why is early education important to business? Because that is affecting your workers today, and it will continue to affect your workers if children are undereducated.
All the building blocks that are in place that need to be in place for a child to be successful in school, a lot of them need to take place and be in line before they even enter school.
Yes.
And that's through early learning.
It is. It's so important. And all of that stuff affects how your workers are able to show up on time, all that kind of great stuff. So it's all related. Now, back to school, what is it? We are inviting 10,000 people to a stadium that does not hold 10,000 people right now.
So come and see a lot of angry people, but they don't have seats. No.
As they storm the stadium. Well, what it is we've invited every single school board employee. That means whether you're working in the cafeteria, whether you're a bus driver, if you're in administration, if you're in the office, you are invited along with a guest of your choosing to come on out to a Mets game August 23rd. It's a Friday night, and we're going to celebrate you. You get in free. We're going to have a great time. We're going to have some special messages from some of our partners, and we're going to have any chamber member, and we have nearly 900 chamber members. We will be able to have a booth right out front.
Oh, nice.
They bring their own table, tent, chairs. They have a
For
booth.
the 10,000 people that are going
For the 10,000 people that may or may not be angry. But I don't think we're going to get 10,000, but if we do, we're going to roll it into another event. We're asking for RSVPs so that they don't show up. And we weren't going to ask for RSVPs, but because we're afraid, and when I say...
It'll be fine. It'll be a great celebration.
It will be. So yes, we're asking for RSVPs, but they will get their vouchers for anybody that works for the school system or knows somebody that works for the school system. The vouchers are coming at the principal's annual meeting right before school starts, and they'll have them in the office.
And we're excited to be a sponsor because
Thank
we
you.
feel like, we support the school system by supporting our kids and the families and vice versa. So.
Yeah, and we have lots of things and sometimes there's some teacher appreciation things. I've never seen a bus driver appreciation thing, but we ask them to be a part of the process. If you see something, say something. If you're a lot of them are trained in...
Well, and think about it. For most kids, who's the first person that they see in the morning from the school district? It's
Yeah.
the bus driver.
Who's going to have probably the most idea of what's going on
Exactly.
for them personally is the bus driver. So they're all involved. So we want to make sure we're celebrating all of them.
I'm excited.
I time too. A lot going
Do
on.
I have to RSVP to get a seat?
You're not getting a seat.
I know.
Just so you know.
Watch it on the video.
You're going to be standing with me in the parking
I'll hang out
lot.
with Malcolm. Maybe I can be up there with
We
Malcolm.
don't have enough seats for sure. I know Malcolm will probably have a better seat than you.
I'm sure he
He'll
will.
be in the booth. So anyway, I think that's about everything for us and Children's Services Council. I promised everybody, because this show tends to run a little long, that we would leave on time today.
I'm not going to object to that.
No, nobody else
Is
would.
that a subtle way to say don't talk anymore, Sean?
You're done here? No, I'm just kidding. But I do want to open it up one last time. If anybody has any questions whatsoever, we'd be very happy to help. Go ahead. Well, actually, Sean's going to run over there with the microphone. I forgot. You're the only microphone.
Insults me and then puts me to work.
Well, it's not a question, it's just a comment. I just want to say you guys are doing such a great job. As Malcolm stated, I only fly in like once or twice a year to do these events that I do. And shameful plug, I'm so thankful to my friends at PSL Living, because we just did an interview this past Monday, which will be airing either Sunday or Monday. So tune in for that. And then, of course, our event is on July 20th from 2 to 6 p.m. at Whispering Pines Park. But I wanted to share that information. I know it's going to air after, what have you, but we'll be here again next year. So if anybody wants to get in contact, please feel free to do so. My name is
Tell us who
Anaya.
you are, because Malcolm talked about you, but we didn't introduce you.
Oh, yes. Can I stand up so I can just, hi, everybody. I'm Anaya A. with Freedom Entertainment Group. I have a very long story of being on the Treasure Coast, being misdiagnosed several times with these rare medical conditions, and actually died and came back to life right here at St. Lucie Medical Center. So every year I come back here to give back and share like how you can go through like really bad problems in your life, but you can still move forward and you can still, work with people that are like-minded and who care. So that's who I am. I run several companies, Freedom Entertainment Group, as well as FEG Management, and I live in New York City, and I'm a publicist as well. So not only do I have my own events, but I manage celebrities and people in the sports arena. So Malcolm, we need to talk, because my newest client is Rucker Park Prep. Shouts out to them. I hope this goes on YouTube so they can see I'm doing my job.
Okay, very good. Send them the link.
Yes. Okay. Rucker Park Prep, I'm shouting them out. Rucker Park is actually world famous for all the celebrities and Def Jams and all these people that have been through there. And I would love to see a partnership with not only Rucker Park Prep on the St. Lucie community, but also with the Met Stadium, because my other client is best friends with the Met Stadium owner, and his name is head coach of Cardozo High School, Ron Niclario, and his father actually saved Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s life in 1958 in Harlem. So, I'm doing a whole lot, but there's so many connections to St. Lucie County, and I wanted to, and I had to share too. Whenever I say Port St. Lucie, people don't know, and then they're like, wait a minute, Met Stadium. Oh my God, your people live in the community where the Mets is. And that's what people know most about this community. So I wanted to say thank you for giving me this opportunity. And if you guys can make it on July 20th, I would appreciate you guys to come out to Whispering Pines Park at 800 Southwest Darwin Boulevard in Port St. Lucie, and you're all welcome, and any vendors that's available, let's work together. And Mitch, this is my guy right here too, so I just had to say that.
I can see why her and Malcolm are friends.
Yeah! Thank you guys so much.
Makes total sense. Thank you so much. Very good.
You want me
I
to
know
tell
it.
my,
Two of them
you
don't
want me
have
to
enough
tell
to
you-
do.
You want me to tell you my Anaya story?
You have one of those too? Okay.
So and this really relates to Kendrick too. Actually, all three. We do a radio program on 104.5 The Flame
Yes.
every Sunday at 10 a.m. But it used to be an hour show on WIRA,
Okay.
and we used to have guests, and we do 2 guests per hour per week. And when you do a live radio show, if your guest doesn't show, you're kind of stuck, right? So Ashley is my co-host, and our guest didn't show, so Ashley literally went out into the halls of the station and said, does anybody want to be on the radio program? And it was Anaya.
Funny.
She came in and probably was our best guest we've ever had.
I bet.
Well, we have to work together now for sure.
Oh, there you go. Wow, we are all interrelated. In
It's,
St.
you know-
Lucie County, the 8th largest city in Florida, and you
pulled
can't
in
throw a
Rucker Park here.
stone
Yeah.
without, having a long history with somebody. Very nice. Well, thank you. Thank you to all of you. Thank you to everybody that came today. I'm sorry the mayor was unable to be with us. I know he really wanted to be. And thank you to everybody I threw up here to fill in the time. I appreciate it very much, even if you didn't get much notice. Half an hour was probably...
I do dress better if I'm going to be on TV.
Well, it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. It's Friday. It's casual Friday. And thank you to the staff here at the City of PSL and Mid-Florida. I don't know what I would do without all of you. They've been so great to us, honestly.
Treat us awesome.
B&I Awards, they are awesome. B&I Awards are coming up in September. Look for more information online, on Facebook and all that. Thank you to Stephanie Morgan for being with us. Councilwoman Stephanie Morgan, we appreciate it. Have a great day, everybody.